on, people? We are Tottenham TV. It has finished here. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2 in a crazy, crazy game here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Look, whatever you want to say about Tottenham under Thomas Frank so far, this was a performance that showed togetherness, heart, passion, desire, work rate, team ethic, everything that you want to say that Spurs haven't been showing for the most part under Thomas Frank, which has been fair to say. We've lost the game. We've fallen short. And in my opinion, I thought Spurs were the better team today.
Agreed.
You know, I think when we went down to 10 men, we showed we were a threat on the counter attack. When we were down to 9 men, the ball barely left Liverpool's half. You know, we were pressing them. We didn't muster up the chances that we want. We had 9 men at the end of the day. You know, so I wouldn't say happy with the game because obviously we've lost, but I'm happy with the work rate, the effort and the desire that the team put into this game today. And I thought 11v11, the game was there for us. I think it was pretty much a very even game, probably 11v11. Maybe Spurs were edging it a little bit. The game falls flat because Spurs had brainless moments in times. The sending off with Javi is obviously going to be the first one that everyone talks about. He kind of slips. It's a nasty challenge, studs up, back of a leg, gives the referee a decision to make. You know, harsh, but I think it probably was a red card. The second red card comes at the end of the game. That's just a brain-dead moment from Romero. And what we were saying about Romero, we saw him I was saying he's got the fire in his eyes today. You know, he's up for the battle. Well, he didn't toe the line very well in terms of, you know, being a bit too. He was over-aggressive today. That's the reality. And you saw as the game wore on, he was getting more frustrated, and it culminated in him kicking out at Konate, and he gets a sending off, double yellow, and well deserved. And it's stupid, idiotic from Romero to do what he did today. And the goals as well, like the first goal, like it's just stupid from Romero again. Like he's playing it out the back, he's trying that Hollywood pass, and it was just a horrible attempt at it. And I think that's the point where he just went completely downhill, because up to that point I thought Kuti was having such a good game, warrior at the back for us, the challenges that he was putting in, his playing out the back was fantastic. But from that moment I think he just lost his head, to be honest, and he's given away a goal, the other goal as well. Whether you say he should have been stronger, fine, but I think he gets pushed in the back for the second goal. So I don't think that goal should be given, to be honest. But at the end of the day, he's got to be stronger up against Ekitike there, where he wins the header. So Romero has his hand in 2 of the goals. He puts us down to 9 men as well. That's not what you need from a captain.
Correct.
At all. So I think Romero's got to come under strong criticism today, because you need someone as a captain, not just to stay on the pitch, but in the big moments as well, not give away chances and big goals. And unfortunately, he did that for us today, and it is very frustrating. So it's a game, again, done by individual errors for Tottenham Hotspur. But we've lost the game, but I'm actually leaving it more frustrated because of what could have been, because I thought we were the better team today.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, first of all, I'll start with Thomas Frank. Like we said, after the Forest game, all week we've been saying, let's see a performance, let's see something different. And you know what? Today the team showed, like we said, fight, passion, desire, commitment, are willing to run for the team. They gave everything. I think I agree with you, we're the better team. We slightly had the edge and could have played on the counter in the first half. And then obviously Xavi gets that needless, reckless red card, which was a stupid challenge from him. Coming to the second half, everything that Frank would have spoken about, the pass wasn't even on for Romero. He's just gone for that, as you said, Hollywood pass. It's forward to the wrong team, and Liverpool got the players that will hurt you, and they did. Got the second goal. And then, do you know what? It took a while, but Spurs did not stop running. Spurs did not stop fighting. People say they want to see a performance as in attacking prowess, and see us on the front foot, which we were at times. But what we saw in that performance was the team playing for the badge. And do you know what the most important thing for me was? Hearing the home fans. I mean, we didn't even have the headphones on. And you could hear that place rocking and getting behind the team, because they saw the willingness, the effort, and the commitment to try and get back in the game. And at 2-1, we had a few opportunities. We can all talk about the referee having a few bad decisions, whatever. It happens week in, week out. You're either on the receiving end of it, or like last week, we were the beneficiaries of it decision-wise, but obviously the result not at all. We can take stuff from that game. And like we said, it is individual errors that have let us down. I can guarantee this. No manager, including Thomas Frank, said, Xavi, when you get a chance, put a reckless challenge on Van Dijk. Romero playing needless ball. This has been individual errors that have let us down. But the fight was there from the team. The commitment was there for the team. The togetherness was there for the team. And unfortunately, we've paid for individual errors.
Yeah, we have. And look, the 2 goals that we conceded were questionable in terms of the way we defended them. And that's fair enough. But we've had 10 men since the half an hour mark. We get 9 men going into 9 minutes of stoppage time. And even then, like, Liverpool could barely break us down.
Yeah.
They could barely, you know, they had the ball in our half a lot when we had 10 men. But we stayed strong, we stayed resolute, and it was stupid, brainless moments that cost us. That's the reality. Yeah. It wasn't set up. It wasn't anything tactical. It was just completely brainless moments. And look, I've been very critical of Frank over the last couple of weeks and months since he's got the job. But look, I backed him heavily when he did get the job. But I've always said, so far this season, I need to see something to back. And at this moment in time, there hasn't been anything to back. Well, today, I think is a bit different because I think today there was a clear willingness to fight for the team. There was something to go on today. And like I keep saying, I think Spurs were the better team. And if you look at the stats, bear in mind that we've had 10 men since the 30th minute and 9 men for the last 10 minutes. We had a higher XG than Liverpool today. We had 15 shots on goal. They had 8. We had 4 shots on target, which is equals to Liverpool. We had 2 big chances equals to Liverpool's 2 big chances. So the stats show it was a very even game, even though we had a 1.02 XG, they had 0.60. And to do that against the Liverpool side, no matter if they're on good form, bad form, whatever, it's still a team with high quality players.
Yep.
Everyone's going about, we can't create chances. Well, yeah, fine, we could have created a few more chances today, but we created more valuable chances than Liverpool. That's what the stats show.
Yeah, it does. It does. And listen, the league table doesn't look pretty at the moment, but it's the first, let's say, third of his first season. It will change. It will change. We're going into his first window. And do I still back him? Yes. Do I take something from that performance? Yes. Did I take anything from the Forest game? Absolutely bloody well not. And as I was with you, you know I was fuming, like literally fuming, and held Frank fully accountable. But today, I don't. And you could literally see, people would have thought the Forest game, when people say that he's lost the dressing room, well, on that performance, he certainly hasn't. And we need January to be a very successful window for him. Is the pressure on him? Yes. Do I think every Spurs manager should be under pressure? Yes. But you look at it, some managers have a great first half of the season and a poor second half. You have some managers like Pochettino and others that get off to a shabby start in the first half, turns around in the second. Like I said, in all my life of supporting Tottenham, I've never turned on a manager apart from 18 months into Ange's reign. And now we've got people turning after, 4 months? And going nuts. It's wild. And people say Dayglout, whatever, that needless trolls, do what you do. It's just pathetic. Like I said, I go game by game with this fan base now, with the team, because it's just so much nonsense and heat going on this team or the manager. And it's crazy to me. It's absolute craziness.
The reality is, every time we've seen a performance for Thomas Frank and Tottenham, it's always been 1 step forward and 5 steps back.
Correct.
And that's the reality. And to continue to back Thomas Frank, we need to see something on a consistent level. And we haven't seen anywhere close to that yet.
Correct. I agree with.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And, a lot of it has been chance creation, not being able to have even a shot on goal. And, teams like Burnley over the last 5 games have created more than Tottenham Hotspur. And that is never acceptable. Never acceptable in a million years. So I get the criticism that's coming towards Thomas Frank at this moment in time. But for anyone that wants to say that Thomas Frank was the master of our downfall today and he had anything to do in the reason of why we lost this game today, I think you're seriously deluded and just looking for sticks to beat him with, because I think Frank actually managed the game quite well today. I think the setup from the beginning, we looked on it. When we went down to 10 men, we looked a threat. When we went down to 9 men, we also looked a threat.
Yep.
So I thought for the whole game, actually, you know, barring moments in the game where we are under pressure, I was happy with the level of performance today. And I got to say, I got to give a few mentions because I thought the 2 fullbacks for us today, I've given Pedro Porro a lot of stick over the course of this season. I thought he was fantastic today.
Yep.
Pedro Porro, fighting. You saw that fighter's mentality from him. Jed Spence on the other side as well, absolutely fantastic. You know, you had players like Archie Gray, Bentancur, Bergvall fighting tooth and nail for this team today. Bentancur put in a horror show at Nottingham Forest last week. This is what I keep saying with Bentancur. It's 1 game up, 1 game down, 1 game up, 1 game down. Well, today was one of his up games because I thought he was a fighter in the middle of the park today. So I thought there were some really good performances and really good mentality on show from the team today. It's just unfortunate that we get undone by these individual errors. Look, we're the team that leads the league in terms of individual errors leading to goals, and there was more of them in there today. More of them in there today. So until we start cutting that out of our game, we're not going to be climbing the table. We're going to keep going down and down and down. And the reality as well, I think if results go against us over the course of this weekend, we could be sitting 14th, 15th, wherever it may be. And to be there halfway through a season is absolutely, it's a disgrace, to be honest.
I mean, you look at it, obviously I agree with all the players you mentioned. You look at it going into this lineup, people going nuts about Graham Bergvall playing the 2 youngsters. They didn't let Tottenham down. They actually put in a very, very good performance in midfield. The people that have let us down is Xavi Simons and our captain, Cuti Romero. I think the youngsters came on. We needed energy. We needed their engine. I think they did very, very well. Should be proud of what they did. It is your captain and your big signing that made a reckless and needless tackle that have let this team down today.
Yeah. Like, you can't have a captain that does that on the pitch. You can't. Your captain is supposed to be the guy that you look to in times of need to see you through it, not when you get taken down for a free kick on 35 yards out and you're kicking out at the player that's taken you down. I mean, you saw
right in front of the
right. You saw the red mist come over Coutinho, and we've seen it before. And I thought, there was a time where Romero was getting over those kind of things and towing the line and, just kind of controlling himself a lot better. Well, this season, I think he's managed it pretty well, but we have seen a hell of a lot more yellow cards this season come in for Romero. I mean, he's on 8 yellow cards already, not even halfway through the season, which is crazy. Today he shot us in the foot, Coutinho Romero, and a captain can't be doing that.
Correct. He simply can't. He simply can't. And then, like we said, we go back to Xavi. As we said during the game as well, there has been literally times this season in certain games where we're lucky to have kept the man on the pitch. You can't make those sort of tackles with VAR now. You just can't do it. It will pick it up. It will be used. It was rightfully a red card. And like I said, we were down to 10 men. This game had a lot of kind of similarities to the 2-1 with Ange when we won 2-1, and they went down to 9 men. And like you said, at 2-1, we had the better opportunities. We were asking all the questions. We just couldn't get that rub of the green to get that equaliser. And it's just a shame. It's just a shame, like you said. Today was a team performance. They've done well. They just ran out of steam. And who would know what would happen with 11 v 11?
Yeah. I thought the changes that Frank made, I mean, Richarlison, man. what a cameo that was from Richie. Obviously, he gets us back in the game, and when he scores, he's squaring up to Szoboszlai and all the Liverpool players and stuff like that. But, yeah, great cameo from Richarlison. I thought if anyone was going to level it up, it probably would have been him. And, he was everywhere, wasn't he, when he came on?
He was. I think the highlight of today was... not just you and me, but quite a few people that were watching the watch-along getting duped by that replay and thinking we're through 1-on-1 when it was a corner. Listen, it's so weird with Richie, doesn't it? There's games like Forest and other games where he doesn't do anything and his first touch is terrible, whatever. He's then dropped, he comes back on, then he gets the goal to get us back in it and really was driving the team. For the final part, it's all or nothing with him, literally, isn't it? And today, when he came on, he made an impact, got the goal, and could have had an opportunity to make it 2-2. But he's just a strange one, isn't he? He's either absolutely on it and is a major threat, or he's nothing.
I think Richie and Bentancur, for different reasons, have a similar issue this season. It's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
And we need to find some sort of level of consistency from both of them to move forward with both of them. But for today, I think both of them were absolutely brilliant. They really were. So it was just a unfortunate set of circumstances which led us to lose the game today, to be honest. So what can I say? The captain, you know, it's so frustrating, isn't it, with Romero? Because up until the point of him to give away the ball for the first goal, I thought he was just fantastic. He really was. Battling performance, winning every ball, winning every 50-50.
Yep.
And then from that point on, it was just like a master of his own downfall. So it was just so frustrating. And we all know he's such a good player, man. And that's why it's even more frustrating for a player of that level to do what he does.
The more frustrating thing is, as he committed that foul for the second year, or won the free kick, surely he saw the referee right in front of him. Right in front of him. There was no players in the way, and he has lashed out stupidly. There's no dressing it up or saying, oh, he's trying to get up. Why do it? Why do it?
It's like David Beckham against Simeone,
exactly. We got the advantage. He's got a free kick in a dangerous position. He could have been very useful aerially, but petulance and him lashing out has cost us. And now we're without Xavi and without Romero for a tough game away at Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. And who knows how long. I don't know what the laws are for suspensions and stuff and who's going to miss 3, if any of them are going to miss 3, or is it just a 1-game ban for both of them? I'm not sure. But because Romero got a double booking today, does that mean
2 yellows, or was it
2 yellows?
Or did he give a straight red for the...
I think he gave another yellow.
Okay, so it should be only one game.
So that means one more yellow card and Romero's banned for another 2 games.
Yeah. So he could come back a game. What's the game after Palace?
Brentford, I think.
So he come back at Brentford, get a yellow card and be out for another 2 games.
Yeah. So...
Dear.
But look, it's hard for me to talk about steps in the right direction because we did lose this game today. But in terms of, you know, showing some attitude and working for the team and that kind of never say die attitude, I saw that today.
Yeah.
We fell short, of course. But it means nothing unless we go into the next game and show it again. We go into the game after and show it again. And we actually start taking some points and start, building some consistency. Because at this moment in time, we're 13th in the league and we're dropping. You know, we're not looking up, looking down. And that's the frustrating thing so far with Tottenham Hotspur. So we can all commend the spirit that we saw today on the pitch. But at the moment, it's just a one-off game, like the Brentford game was.
Yep.
So
agreed.
I don't know what to think anymore. I think we just need to try and keep a level head and go into the next game, show the same fight. And if we keep 11 men on the pitch, maybe we can take the 3 points.
Yep.
But it doesn't stop there. We've got to keep going, and keep going. But right now, we've lost. And it's another loss.
It's a pill to swallow.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a pill to swallow.
But like we kept saying, you know, if we lose and go down with a fighting spirit, it's easier to take than the performances against Nottingham Forest when we lose and you just see no avenue for a win because we're just so shit.
Yep.
At least today we showed something.
Correct. And like I said, I'll echo it again. Thankfully, the fans inside the stadium could actually sense that as well, because we've seen it in previous games where it's flat and obviously we've been, where's the atmosphere? At 2-0 down, at 2-1 down, with 10 men, 9 men, they were there and giving it as much support and backing and making it a loud White Hart Lane for the first time in God knows how long. So the
big
fans,
up to the fans today.
Exactly. Obviously the home atmosphere gets spoken about a hell of a lot and how quiet it was. But those fans saw something today from the team trying to fight and trying to get back into the game. And when they get noisy, it says something to me, because obviously we've spoken many a time about how quiet that stadium is. It's a fair play to the fans that went today.
All right, so that is our instant match reaction. Spurs have lost 2-1 to Liverpool at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in a game marred by individual errors.
Correct.
red cards, and just general stupidness. But yeah, we're going to move